Hello. In this lecture, we are going to discuss what is the difference between decision problem and the optimization problem. And then we will talk about the greedy algorithm or the greedy techniques. And then we will apply greedy techniques to solve single source shortest path problem using Dijkstra algorithm. So let us start our discussion. Let us consider this is our graph GVE, where V is the set of vertices or nodes and E is the set of edges. And we are given a problem to find out the path between the two nodes A and D. And we may check that there are multiple number of paths exist between A to D. Now the assigned problem may be two types. In type 1, we may ask to find out whether any path exists between A to D which has the cost less than k. For example, maybe we can consider here k is equal to 6, and this k is called the constraint of the problem, and we have to find out is there any solution exist in the problem which satisfies the constraint. We may check that there are again multiple number of paths exist which has cost less than 6. So this type of problem is called decision problem or satisfaction problem. In another type of problem or type 2, we have to find out the minimum cost path between A to D. This type of problem is called optimization problem, where we are asked to find out minimum cost or maximum cost solution of the problem. Greedy technique, dynamic programming, branch and bound, all three are three different type of approaches or algorithm design technique to solve the problem. These all techniques are used to solve optimization problem. We choose one of these three technique or approach to solve a problem depends which one is more applicable and which one is more simpler to apply and also efficient. There may be problems in which more than one technique can be applicable, but it is our job to choose the most efficient one. In this lecture, we will going to discuss about greedy technique, and we will going to solve a problem using greedy technique. Greedy technique is one of the approach to solve optimization problems. The algorithms which follow the greedy approach are called greedy algorithms. Greedy algorithms typically go through a sequence of steps with a set of choices at each step. A greedy algorithm always makes the choice that looks best at the moment. That is, it makes a locally optimal choice in the hope that this choice will lead to a globally optimal solution. But sometimes greedy algorithm fails to get optimal solution. But for many problems they do. So greedy algorithm not always yield optimal solution. These are some of the well-known problems where greedy algorithms are efficiently applicable, like single source shortest path using Dijkstra algorithm, which we will going to discuss next. Minimum cost spanning tree using Prim's algorithm or Kruskal algorithm, set covering problem, knapsack problem, job sequencing problem. These all problems can be solved efficiently by adapting greedy algorithm. In this lecture, we are going to apply our greedy techniques to solve single source shortest path using Dijkstra algorithm. And let us look at the algorithm. In the single source shortest path problem, we have a weighted directed graph G. We may also consider indirected graph. in which we have to find out the shortest path from a source vertex S to all the remaining vertices. That means at first we will select a source vertex, that may be any vertex from the graph, and from that source vertex our job is to find out the minimum cost path to all the remaining vertices. The single destination shortest path problem, in which we have to find shortest path from all vertices in the directed graph or undirected graph to our destination vertex, let's say V. This problem is similar problem if we consider the graph is undirected graph, and if we consider directed graph, in that case also we may change the problem to a single source shortest path problem by just reversing the direction of the edges in the graph and convert the single destination shortest path to a single source shortest path. We will going to use Dijkstra's algorithm to solve the single source shortest path problem. Here we are going to use a weighted directed graph. We may also use undirected graph, and the graph should not have any edge EUV has the cost less than 0. That means all the edges in the graph should have cost greater than 0. So we are not considering any negative weighted edge in the Dijkstra's algorithm. We may consider negative edge graph in another algorithm called Bellman-Ford, which follows the dynamic programming technique. But Dijkstra's algorithm time complexity or the running time is lower than the Bellman-Ford algorithm. We will discuss Bellman-Ford algorithm in our another lecture. Let us check the steps of Dijkstra's algorithm. We will first initialize a priority queue and set all the vertex distance as infinity except the source vertex, and set the source vertex distance equal to 0. We may use minimum heap structure to implement the priority queue. Next, we extract the minimum distance vertex u from the priority queue. If we are using the heap structure, then in minimum heap, root element is the minimum distance vertex. Then after extracting the vertex, we are going to update the distances of adjacent vertices to the vertex u. What is the meaning of this step? That is basically after extracting u, we will check all the adjacent vertices of u and check what is the current distance stored for that adjacent vertex. Here the distance we mean from the source to that particular node V. If that distance is greater than the distance of u plus the cost of the relaxed edge CUV, then we're going to update the distance dV is equal to du plus CUV. And also we are going to update the parent of the V as u. And this step is called relaxation step, where we are going to relax the edge. And we are going to repeat this step 2 until all the vertices are extracted. So these are the 3 basic steps of Dijkstra's algorithm. Next, we are going to dry run the algorithm using our example graph. Consider this is our example graph G, and this is our source vertex S, and we have to find out the minimum cost path to all the remaining vertices from this source vertex S. This is the initial value of the priority queue, and we implement the priority queue by using the minimum heap data structure. Here source vertex distance is 0. Obviously the source vertex distance always 0, and the parent vertex is nil, and currently distance of all the vertices from the source vertex is infinity, and the parent vertex of the current vertex is also marked as nil. And we extract the shortest distance node from the priority queue and put the node into the set S, and also that we store the distance of the node from the source vertex, as well as we store the parent vertex of the current node to generate the path. At the beginning, we'll select S and extract S or the source vertex from the priority queue and put the vertex into the vertex set S, and also we'll store the distance is equal to 0 and the parent vertex of the source vertex, obviously it is nil. After extracting S, we will going to explore the neighborhood vertices of S. Here A and D are two neighbor vertex of S. Now we are going to relax these two vertex A and D. Let us first consider the node A, and we are going to relax the node A where SA is 10. So distance from the source node to the node A is 10 here, and the currently stored distance is infinity. So we are going to update the distance by 10 and also update the parent vertex as S. Next, the vertex D. Here the edge connecting SD, the weight of the edge is 5 and the currently stored distance is infinity. So we are going to update the distance of D also by 5 and update the parent vertex by S. Now in the current situation of the priority queue, vertex D has the minimum distance. So we are going to extract vertex D and store it into the set S, where the distance of the vertex D from the source vertex is 5 and parent of the vertex is S itself. Now we are going to extract or explore the vertex D. The neighborhood vertices of vertex D are A, B and C. Now if we consider the distance of A from D is 3, so the total distance will be 5 plus 3, that is 8, and the currently stored distance of A is 10, and since 8 is less than 10, so we're going to update the distance by 8 and also update the parent vertex by D. Next, the vertex B. Currently stored distance is infinity. Now here, if we consider this path, the distance will be 5 plus 9. So that is 14. So you're going to update the distance by 14 and also update the parent vertex by the vertex D. And next, the vertex C. This is currently stored distance is infinity. Now if we consider this path, the value will be D to C is 2 and up to D the value is 5. So that is 5 plus 2 is 7. So again going to update the distance of C by 7 and the parent vertex by D. So here we can check that in this algorithm at each step we have multiple number of options, and we are going to select the option currently most suitable one. This is the property of greedy algorithm. We will aggregate all these steps and ultimately our hope is to get the optimal result at the end. Now from the priority queue, among A, B, C, the smallest value is 7. So we are going to select vertex C and we'll put the vertex into the set S and also update the distance by 7 and update the parent vertex by D. Now new extracted vertex is C and we will going to explore vertex C. The neighbor vertex of C is B. Now if we consider the path of B using C, the distance of the path will be 7. That is the distance from S to C is 7 and C to B is 6. The total is 6 plus 7, 13, and currently stored value of B is 14. So we are going to update the value by 13 and parent vertex by C. So this is the only adjacent vertex of C. Now again from A and B, the smallest value vertex is A. So we are going to extract A now. Update the distance, update the parent vertex. Now we are going to explore A. The neighborhood vertex of A is B and the distance of B using the path A will be 8 plus 1, that 8 plus 1, that is 9, and currently stored value of B is 13. So we are going to update the value by 9 and update the parent vertex by A. Now after that only B has left in the priority queue, So you will going to extract B and store into the set S, update the distance by 9 and update the parent vertex by A. In this state, we extract all the vertices from the graph, and this set S will tell us the shortest path distance of each node from the source node S and the path to reach at that node. If we consider the node B, shortest path distance is 9. Path will be generated by using the parent vertices. Like the parent of B is A, then parent of A is D, and parent of D is S. So the path will be S, T, A to B. This is the shortest path, and the cost of the path will be 9. So this is the way we can generate the shortest path to all the vertices from the source vertex S using the Dijkstra algorithm. Now let us check the time complexity of the algorithm. Here we are assuming in case 1 that we are using minimum heap to implement the priority queue and the adjacency matrix to store the information of the adjacent vertices. Now this is the initialization step. Here we need order of v times to initialize all the nodes, and then we extract the root of the heap and adjust the root, and we will repeat this step until the heap is empty. That is, we will going to repeat this step v times. While we extract a node from the heap, we need to readjust the heap again. It will also take log v times. Now in this for loop, if we use the adjacency matrix, in that case we need to traverse n nodes, because in a adjacency matrix we need to traverse all the nodes. This for loop will repeat v times for each while loop iteration, and this will iterate v times, so it will take v into v, that is order of v square. So in case 1, order of v square. Now in case 2, consider we are using same binary heap for the priority queue, and for storing the information of the adjacent node we are going to use adjacency list. In that case, this whole for loop will take only e times, that is number of edges, and for after each adjustment of the node distance from the source we need to readjust the heap again, so it will take e log v times. So total time will be v log v plus e log v, order of this. This will ultimately takes e log v times if we use the adjacency list and the binary minimum heap to implement the Dijkstra algorithm. Thank you for the time being.